Hey everybody, my name is Michael Skizenta. I'm part of our Campus Life Private Schools team, and it's my honor to lead us all into a devotional for today. I'd like to start by going to Exodus 17, verses 1 through 7. The whole Israelite community set out from the desert of Sin, traveling from place to place as the Lord commanded. They camped at Rephidim, but there was no water for the people to drink, so they quarreled with Moses and said, "Give us water to drink." Moses replied, "Why do you quarrel with me? Why do you put the Lord to the test?" But the people were thirsty for water there, and they grumbled against Moses. They said, "Why did you bring us out of Egypt to make us and our children and livestock die of thirst?" Then Moses cried out to the Lord, "What am I to do with these people? They are almost ready to stone me." The Lord answered Moses, "Go out in front of the people. Take with you some of the elders of Israel, and take in your hand the staff with which you struck the Nile, and go. I will stand there before you by the rock at Horeb. Strike the rock, and water will come out of it for the people to drink." So Moses did this in the sight of the elders of Israel, and he called the place Massah and Meribah, because the Israelites quarreled and because they tested the Lord, saying, "Is the Lord among us or not?" And very quickly, I'd like to go to John chapter 19, and I'll read verses 17 and 18 and also 30. Carrying his own cross, Jesus went out to the place of the skull, which in Aramaic is called Golgotha. There they crucified him, and with him 2 others, one on each side, and Jesus in the middle. And then skipping down to verse 30, it says, "When he received the drink, Jesus said, 'It is finished.' With that he bowed his head and gave up his spirit." Obviously, on the surface, those seem to be 2 very different things, but I would like to share with you one of my favorite things about Exodus 17. I want to talk to you all about how wonderful our God is and how unchanging, specifically, he is. You see, back then when the Israelites were first freed out of slavery, stoning wasn't just regular old stoning. This was a means to bring forth justice, like on a legal level. And so it's almost as if the people of Israel were bringing a court case to Moses, and Moses is the guilty one. But obviously Moses responded in a way that sees right through their facade. They were clearly grumbling and complaining against God, and that's why he questioned, "Why are you questioning me? You know you're testing God." And so, like the wonderful leader Moses is, he goes to the Lord and he asks what to do. And then the Lord commands him to take some of the elders of Israel in the community and go up to the mountain. And so if you can use your imagination, imagine that like some sort of courtroom where those elders are, for example, a jury. The people of Israel got to see this whole court case, if you will, up on that mountain. And Moses had the staff that judges gods. Remember, God said, "Take the staff in which you struck the Nile with." And as we know that the Lord did, the Lord brought forth judgment to each of the Egyptian gods and false idols, so that way he can show the Egyptians that the God of Israel is the God of all gods and the King of all kings. He specifically told Moses to bring that staff with him and strike the rock that God will sit on. I want you guys to realize that Moses struck the rock that God was on. It sounds like God commanded Moses to use the God-judging staff and to strike him with it. But instead of striking God and then wrath coming out, striking God led to life. It led to water, enough to feed all of a lot of people in Israel. And to tie that in with the John passage, as we all know, Jesus chose to be struck in the hands and in the feet and in his side. He chose to go up onto the cross to receive judgment. But instead of wrath coming out, instead eternal life flowed out. So I want you guys to know that our God is the same sacrificial, radically loving God from the ancient Israelite days and to this very day. Real quickly, I want to update you on some praises and some prayers for Campus Life Private Schools. Number 1, this upcoming summer, we have a Kiowa summer program trip, which I'm really, really excited for. We've got a lot of students coming. So as big of a praise that is, it is equally as big of a prayer request that the Lord would soften all of our hearts in preparation for the summer program. There's also one more spot available for a student that freed up. And so pray that the Lord would convict and motivate the right student to get them to this summer program, because it's going to be amazing. And I know for a fact that God will meet us there. Another prayer request and a praise Because we want to expand and because we have the room to expand to other schools, both upper schools and lower schools, we also would love to have a fourth person to hire for full time. Big praise for Kiowa summer program and big praise to be expanding, and also pray for the Kiowa program and pray for that fourth full-time person. Hope my devotional didn't confuse you, and I extra hope that you found encouragement in the fact that our God is unchanging. He was loving, He is loving, and He will forever be loving. Thank you all.